حط الكاس من تحت. حط الكاس من تحت.
Hello, Doc CLT and my classmates in LLE 203, which is Trends in Reading and Literacy Instruction. Today, I'll be doing my presentation on instructional methods, strategies, and techniques in the literacy domain, alphabet knowledge. As we all know, literacy encompasses several key domains that contribute to a comprehensive understanding and execution of reading and writing skills, development and enhancement activities. These domains typically include phonemic awareness, phonics, fluency, vocabulary, comprehension, and writing. These domains work in concert to foster overall literacy development in individuals, particularly in early childhood educational settings. However, like I said, my presentation will be focused on my chosen literacy domain, which is the alphabet knowledge. And by the way, alphabet knowledge falls under the domain of letter recognition, which is a subset of phonics. And of course, my presentation also will be focused on the three most common strategies under this domain, which are letter recognition games, multisensory activities, and alphabet songs and rhymes. Now, let's start with the definitions of the three strategies, starting with letter recognition games. These are instructional exercises intended to support young learners in recognizing and differentiating alphabetic letters, a fundamental ability in the early development of reading. These games come in a broad range of formats, from classic cards and board games to interactive digital apps, and they frequently combine kinesthetic, auditory, and visual components to keep young learners interested. This is from our source, Hurst and Mendes, 2018. This is generally teacher-led, as the teacher organizes the games and provides guidance to facilitate learning. Multisensory activities, on the other hand, refer to educational approaches that engage more than one sense at a time, such as sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell. These activities are designed to enhance learning experiences by requiring learners to process information through multiple sensory channels, thereby facilitating deeper understanding and retention of knowledge. From our source, Gardner, 2006. These can be both teacher-led and student-driven, because teachers may introduce the activities, but the learners can explore and engage with the materials independently. And lastly, alphabet songs and rhymes. Alphabet songs and rhymes are rhythmic and melodic tools used to teach children the letters of the alphabet in an engaging manner. These musical activities often incorporate repetitive patterns and catchy tunes, which enhance memorization and retention of letter names and sounds. Our source here is Psalms, 2015. This is primarily teacher-led, since the teacher usually initiates the songs and rhymes, helping children learn the material together. Now let's compare the three methods or strategies. First, target students. For letter recognition games, they primarily target early learners and struggling readers, but can be adapted to include all ability levels through a varying difficulty. For sensory activities, they are designed to benefit all learners, especially those who are kinesthetic or struggling. Whereas alphabet songs and rhymes engage all students, particularly effective for early learners and ELL or ESL. As to which grade levels these strategies are appropriate for, letter recognition games are best suited for early grades, from pre-kindergarten to first grade. Multisensory activities are effective for early grades but can be adjusted for use in middle grades. Alphabet songs and rhymes are primarily aimed at early grades, from pre-kindergarten to first grade. As for the materials needed, for letter recognition games, you will be needing flashcards, bingo cards, letter blocks, or digital apps or games can be adapted for virtual learning. For multi-sensory activities, various materials such as sand, textured letters, or digital tools for virtual adaptation. Alphabet songs and rhymes, audio resources, visuals, and can easily be adapted for virtual learning through online platforms. That is to say, all these strategies can actually be used for virtual learning or online learning, aside from, of course, face-to-face. Now, how much preparation is required for each strategy? Letter recognition games require moderate preparation to set up different game formats and materials. Multisensory activities require a moderate to a lot of preparation depending on the complexity of activities. And for alphabet songs and rhymes, they require minimal preparation, mainly selecting appropriate songs. Now, when do we use these strategies? For letter recognition games, they can be implemented before reading selections to build foundational skills. For multisensory activities, they are typically used before and during reading to reinforce learning. And for alphabet songs and rhymes, they are best used before and during reading activities to familiarize students with letters. As for the setting, letter recognition games are suitable for whole class instruction or small groups. Multisensory activities work well in whole class settings and small groups or even individual sessions. And alphabet songs and rhymes are ideal for whole class settings and can easily be adapted for small groups or individual settings. Now, what are the steps for planning and implementation of each strategy? When planning and implementing the three strategies for teaching alphabet knowledge, specific steps can be followed for each strategy. Letter recognition games, multisensory activities, and alphabet songs and rhymes. What are the steps for planning and implementation of letter recognition games strategy? Step 1. Select or create engaging letter recognition games such as letter bingo or letter scavenger hunt. Or you can think of another games for that matter. Step number 2, gather materials such as bingo cards, letter cards, markers for the scavenger hunt, and small prizes if applicable. Step 3, which I think is very important, introduce the game to the students and explain the rules and objectives clearly. Step number 4, engage the students in the game, encouraging active participation and providing support as needed. Step number 5, review and reinforce letter recognition through the game, offering positive reinforcement and feedback. Steps for planning and implementing multisensory activities strategy. Step number 1, choose multisensory activities such as tracing letters in sand or forming letters with Play-Doh. Step number 2, prepare the materials for the activities, ensuring they are accessible and safe for the students to use. This is very crucial, by the way. Step number 3, demonstrate the activities to the students, providing clear instructions on how to engage with the materials. Step number 4, encourage students to explore and manipulate the materials, guiding them in tracing letters or forming them with Play-Doh. And of course, step number 5, facilitate discussions about the letter shapes and sounds as students engage in the multisensory activities. And for alphabet songs and rhymes strategy, step number 1, select catchy alphabet songs and rhymes that are suitable for the age group and learning objectives. Step number 2, introduce the songs and rhymes to the students, incorporating movement or gestures to make them interactive. Step number 3, practice singing or reciting the songs and rhymes with the students, emphasizing the sequence and sounds of the letters. Of course, the teacher himself or herself has to practice first the songs chosen. Step number 4, encourage active participation by having the students sing along, repeat after the teacher, and engage in movements related to the songs and rhymes. And step number 5, use the songs and rhymes as a regular part of the learning routine to reinforce alphabet knowledge. Now, let's look at the strengths and weaknesses of the 3 strategies. Strengths. Letter recognition games strategy is engaging and interactive, making learning the alphabet fun for young learners. This can be used in structured learning activities or group settings, promoting social interaction and cooperation. Our source here is Smith 2018. For multisensory activities, this appeals to kinesthetic learners and children who benefit from hands-on experiences. Also, it reinforces letter recognition and formation through tactile and kinesthetic experiences, catering to different learning styles. Our source is Johnson 2019. And for alphabet songs and rhymes, this strategy is memorable and enjoyable, helping children memorize the alphabet in a fun way. Also, this can be used during transitions and circle time, adding a lively and engaging element to the learning environment. Our source here is Brown 2020. When it comes to weaknesses for the letter recognition games strategy, while letter recognition games are engaging, they may not effectively cater to visual learners who require more visual stimuli for learning, according to Johnson 2019. Also, in large group settings, some children may not get enough individualized attention to master letter recognition skills, according to Smith 2018. For the multisensory activities strategy, not all learning environments may have the resources or space to accommodate hands-on multisensory activities, limiting their practicality in certain settings, according to Brown, 2020. And some children may find it challenging to focus on specific learning objectives within the context of multisensory activities, leading to potential distractions. This is according to Smith, 2018. And for alphabet songs and rhymes strategy, children with auditory processing difficulties may struggle to fully benefit from alphabet songs and rhymes, as these methods heavily rely on auditory learning, according to Johnson, 2019. Also, overuse of alphabet songs and rhymes may lead to decreased novelty and engagement over time, potentially reducing their effectiveness as a learning tool, according to Brown, 2020. And for our analysis and conclusion, based on the analysis of the chosen strategies, it is evident that each method has its strengths and weaknesses. The letter recognition games are highly engaging and interactive, making them suitable for young children in the early stages of learning the alphabet. These games can be particularly effective in a classroom setting or during group activities. However, they may require more supervision to ensure all children are actively participating. Multisensory activities such as tracing letters in sand and forming letters with Play-Doh cater to kinesthetic learners and children who benefit from hands-on experiences. These activities are versatile and can be incorporated into various learning sessions, but they may require more preparation and cleanup time compared to other strategies or methods. Alphabet songs and rhymes provide a fun and enjoyable way for children to memorize the alphabet sequence. They are suitable for all young children or young learners and can be used during transitions, circle time, or music and movement activities. However, the effectiveness of this method may vary depending on the musical preferences of the students. Considering the applicability to my classes, I believe that all three methods can be implemented with careful planning and consideration of the students' learning styles and preferences. For younger children, letter recognition games and alphabet songs and rhymes may be more suitable, while multisensory activities can benefit students who require tactile and kinesthetic experiences. Overall, each method has its merits, and the choices of the best method depends on the specific learning objectives, the preferences of the students, and the availability of the resources. A combination of these methods tailored to the diverse needs of the students may yield the most comprehensive and effective approach to teaching alphabet knowledge. Significant insights. First, engagement is key. When learners are actively engaged in their learning activities, they learn more effectively. it has been demonstrated that interactive and game-based learning strategies improve student engagement and retention of alphabet knowledge, according to Smith and Jones 2020. Second, diverse learning styles. Teachers can adapt their teaching tactics by acknowledging that learners have a variety of learning styles, including kinesthetic, auditory, and visual. Multimodal exercises are ideal for those who learn best by doing, and they can be especially useful for solidifying ideas, according to Brown 2019. Third, memorable learning. In addition to aiding in memorizing alphabet tunes and rhymes, also engage a happy learning atmosphere. Learning becomes more pleasurable and memorable when music is included, which can improve long-term retention, by White 2021. Fourth, flexible application. The techniques work well in a variety of contexts, including homes, child care centers, and classrooms. This adaptability enables educators and parents to modify their strategies in accordance with the circumstances and resources at hand, by Taylor 2022. Our recommendations: first, incorporate play into learning. Promote frequent usage of activities such as scavenger hunts and letter bingo. These needs to be included in a well-rounded curriculum that permits both planned and unstructured learning opportunities, by Smith and Jones 2020. Second, encourage multisensory experiences. To cater to kinesthetic learners, educators should make an investment in resources that facilitate multisensory activities, including textured letters or manipulatives. Teachers may also benefit from training on how to carry out these activities in efficient manner. Our source is Brown 2019. Our third recommendation is to make use of music and movement. Make alphabet songs and rhymes a regular part of your everyday schedule by including them at circle time or throughout transitions. Using movement to reinforce learning can increase student engagement and help the teachings stick, according to White 2021 and Taylor 2022. Fourth, evaluate and adapt. Keep an eye on how well these tactics work in different contexts and be willing to make adjustments in response to input from parents and children. Getting feedback can help create new and improved teaching strategies, by Taylor 2022. Lastly, promote home involvement. Give parents the tools and direction they need to use these techniques at home. Easy exercises can help kids retain what they learn in school and make learning more seamless, according to Smith and Jones 2020. By putting these ideas and suggestions into practice, teachers may create a more productive and pleasurable learning environment, which will improve kids' comprehension and usage of the alphabet.